Hey, my name's James Nicholson and welcome to this channel. In this video, I want to talk about how to survive the mortgage turmoil. All the stuff that's going on in the market at the moment. We've got rates going up, we've got rates going down. I see you guys in the comments frustrated saying one day you're saying the rates are up, one day you're saying they're down. And all of this is caused by the uncertainty we've got with inflation still. It's just not moving. Now, this week we've got some more inflation data. It's expected to have a fairly decent drop, hopefully 0.5% at least, but it's not enough. We're not going to be anywhere near that 2% target that the government have set. So this video is in answer to all of the comments that we get on this channel, and that's hundreds every single day. And some of those comments are about, what should I do? Should I fix now? Should I wait? Should I go for a broker or not? So I'm going to cover all of that, and I'd love you to share this video. It's really important that we get this message out. I'm sure you've got friends and family that are just a little uncertain on what to do in today's market. I think this video will be very helpful to them. As always, if you haven't done already, do subscribe to the channel over there and hit the bell notification. We're nearly at 21,000 subscribers. We'll hit that in the next few days. And while you're here, smash the like button, tickle the like button, do something to the like button, guys. That really helps with the YouTube algorithm. More people that do that, more people will see this video and hopefully they'll get some help too. So, what's been going on? Well, look, we know that inflation has been crazy for a while now. It peaked at 11%. And the government doesn't have loads that they can do, and they're obviously beholden to the Bank of England. So it's really down to the Bank of England and what they can do, and they don't have much either that they can do to reduce inflation. The only real tool that they have is to increase interest rates, and so they did that 14 times in a row. That started to bring inflation down. We were at 11%. Then we've dropped down to 4% now, and hopefully this week will be around 3.5%. And they're saying maybe April, May will be near the 2% target. The problem that we've got is that energy costs are starting to go up again, and it's expected we'll have another peak of inflation later this year. So while we'll drop to the 2% target, after that, it's looking like things will start to go up again. Now, banks don't borrow off the Bank of England. They borrow off other big lenders, and that is decided the rate that they get is something called a swap rate. Now, the market was very quiet in December and January. December 2023, the market was quiet, and that meant that applications for mortgages were down, and we had about a 15% decrease in transactions in 2023. So mortgage lenders were able to get a better rate. So swap rates dropped, which is what they borrow at. They passed that on to us in December and January, and that boosted the market. So in January 24, the market got busier than ever. In fact, it was 15% up on 2019, which was the last normal year that we've really had recently. And so that was a good start to the year. That meant that lenders then didn't need to be so competitive on price. So because 2023 was not a very busy year in transactions, they were fighting over our business. Because 2024 has started really busy, that meant that they didn't need to fight over our business, and so they hiked the mortgage rates that we could borrow at. Also, the rate that they borrowed at, the swap rate that we were talking about, that also went up. So what do you need to do to just get through this difficult time? Because there's 1.5 million people that this year still have got to move from maybe a rate of 2% back onto one of these 4.5%, 5% or 6% interest rates. Well, here's the main thing that you can do, and that is to fix now. Fix now. What do I mean by that? You can go to your lender and you can fix a rate up to 6 months ahead of time. Now, why would you do that? Because interest rates might go down. Well, they may go down, but they also may go up. So if you've got a deal that expires anytime in the next 6 months, what you can do is you can fix the rate today. Now you know your worst case scenario. Now you know your worst case scenario. Now, if rates are suddenly shooting down, then you can pay a small admin fee, 50 quid, 100 quid. You need to check the terms and conditions and move on to that better rate. And that's really important. So as long as the deal hasn't completed, it's just in that transition window, fix the rate today and then move on to that better rate at a later date if that happens. If it doesn't happen and rates stay the same or they go up, at least you've got your worst case scenario locked in, and that gives you certainty. That's very, very important. Next, I would say look at getting a broker to check the whole market for you. A broker isn't that expensive. It might cost you £500, but a broker will get you the whole of the market if you pick the right one. Check that they're not just specific to certain lenders. You want to get a broker that's got the biggest pool of lenders possible. And that's a lot of them. A lot of independent brokers have that. Now, it might cost you 500 quid in fees, but what you'll find is the broker fights on your behalf. I saw a guy commented this week that he has struggled to get an application approved with a number of lenders. I don't know if he used the broker or not, but the broker is able to fight things for you. I had an application disapproved the other day, and that was with a lender I already borrowed from. I have multiple properties with them, and it was just an admin error in the application, or somebody looked at it wrong on their part, and the computer said no. Now, if I was dealing with that lender on my own, it would be very hard for me to get that overturned. But because the broker knows people, they know more senior people in that lender, they were able to deal with that in a day. And suddenly we were back on. And so you might get declined, but a broker might be able to figure out how to overcome that decline for you. I always use a broker. I find they're worth their weight in gold. Sometimes you maybe didn't need it, but you'll always find when you do need it, the 500 quid fee pays for itself. And they know which lenders, even before you apply, looking at your credit report, are likely to approve you before you proceed. So that makes a very, very big difference. The next thing is, do you fix for 2 or 5 years? Because that's a common question at the moment that we're getting a lot in any mortgage videos that we do. And that depends on you and your appetite for risk. If you're confident that rates are going to go down in the next 2 years, and you can afford, if the rate didn't go down and it goes up, then maybe look at a 2-year deal. If you like certainty, maybe look at that 5-year deal. But the person that's actually going to make that decision for you, better than you or me, is the broker. The broker is going to look at all of your financial circumstances. They're registered, they're approved, they're trained to do this. And so a broker would guide you really towards what deal is better for your circumstances. It's hard to find those answers online. Speak to a professional on that. So the key points to take away from this are, if you've got a deal that expires this year, fix it now. Get the deal fixed in. Then if the rates get worse, you've got the worst case scenario already resolved for you. And if they get better, you can flip onto that rate. Use a broker. Then have a look. Do you want a 2 or 5 year deal? Speak to your broker and find out whether that's going to be useful for you. Let me know your thoughts and comments or questions below. Do smash the like button, guys. That's really important you do that on every video. Smash that like button. That helps us get more views on the channel. And make sure you share this with friends and family that are remortgaging at the moment. I'm sure this will help tons of people. We've already had at least 50 of you say fixing now has saved you some good money, and thank the channel for doing that. So do make sure you share this video around. Do check out all the other content on my channel, including this video right here.